I'm here with the Cherokee County Marshal's Office and Animal Control, and today we're going to bust a puppy mill. The cruelty is going to end.
If you're looking to adopt a new pet into your family or are curious to see what the Homeless Pets Foundation has to offer, please visit our website at homelesspets.com or click the link below. We kindly accept donations to keep the nonprofit running healthy and strong, just like our beautiful pets looking for a home.
Today, authorities raided a massive illegally operated puppy mill in Cherokee County, Georgia, where it is believed to hold hundreds of malnourished and mistreated dogs. Involved in the bust were the Cherokee County Marshal's Office and the Cherokee County Animal Shelter, who were determined to end the hellish conditions and give these dogs their first taste of freedom. It all began when a complaint was made by a person who had bought one of the puppies and felt something suspicious was going on. The Cherokee County Animal Shelter, along with longtime Atlanta area vet Dr. Michael Good, will be treating the dogs and eventually finding proper homes for these horrifically abused pets.
This is the adoption building. All the animals up here are available for adoption unless something happens or they've been medically treated and they need to wait a little while. So we have another building that's completely separate, that's the intake building. So all the animals come there first, whether from the public or animal control. So they come there first and then they get evaluated, seen, and all that. And then they move up here when it's time for their surgery and ready for adoption. So this is our cat cage room. And when the cats come upstairs, they come in here first, so they kind of get a feel for it. And then after they've been here for a couple of days or so, right? Then we move them to these open cat rooms. As you can see right now, we have had a lot of adoptions during this pandemic, and the animals come in, and on Saturday morning, we have a line of people waiting. As a matter of fact, they fight over who's first in line, actually, to get to adopt. Normally in the past, all these rooms would be full, especially as
this time of year.
Yeah, this time of year is really. We learned all about social media and marketing when we had our huge puppy mill that Dr. Good helped us with. Dr. Good actually did all the vet checks on every animal. It was 400 animals.
I went up there every evening for like 6 weeks, and we had to document all the damage done to these animals and get them on treatment so they could be adopted.
And we had to do it in a short amount of time, and those all went into evidence for the case.
I mean, when we're out in the field, it was like you got all these injuries, and how are you going to document them? Which ones are too far gone? You can't help those. So we were triaging that day, and I swear to God, it's like walking into a concentration camp.
We found out was a bunch of rabbit hutches full of dogs and puppies in the woods.
A lot of these dogs were outside year-round, no cover, just maybe a little shabby doghouse. Hundreds of animals of all breeds, because these were purebred dogs. Now, they were the victims. The puppies got out, because once they got to be 6 to 8 weeks, they were sold. But the ones left behind were the ones that, as soon as they couldn't be a stud dog anymore, or as soon as they couldn't make puppies, they had a big ditch in the back. And I don't think they bothered wasting a bullet, because that made noises. And God knows how long this had been going on. It was horrible. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
And the animal control officers and marshals went out there and found out that they were in violation.
We pulled them all in one day to here.
Then came the grind, the evidence collecting, documenting, okay, we got half of the teeth are rotten, they have to have this done or whatever, and document all that to show the neglect and stuff so they could prosecute these people, which I think they did.
Luckily, they pleaded guilty, so we didn't have to hold the animals, and we had a disposition hearing so that we could take possession of them, because they did not need to sit here, they needed to get out.
But here were these animals that were raised to crank out puppies, unloved, unwanted, teeth full of rotten teeth. They didn't give a care. They were going to live their full life. Well, after 3 or 4 litters, they were going to be exterminated.
6 weeks after they came in, we had everybody spayed and neutered.
The ones that survived, they had this huge adoption day and they got tons of publicity.
When we finally had the adoption 6 weeks later, there was, I don't know, 1,000 people in line. It was from this front door all the way past that next building, back, all the way down this street. They all came in. We moved all the animals that we had available to the other building. In this building, we had every animal, 400 animals, they were lined up in cages and everything. It took 18 hours. The people were sunburned.
Yeah, we started at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was after midnight before we finished.
Before the last person, but the last animal got adopted. Every single animal that was available got adopted. And the very last lady that came in, you know, she'd been there for hours and hours, and we're like, there's this one little scruffy, 3 or 4 year old dog, and she went into that cage, and she said, it still makes me teary-eyed. She said, this was the one for me. She was loving on that dog, and she said it was meant to be, even though she came for a puppy. This is my dog. And she was bawling and crying over this dog that we thought, you know, nobody else had taken all day, and she acted like this was the one for her. It was it was amazing. And a year later, we had a reunion, and a whole bunch of them came, and all those dogs had on clothes, and it was it was amazing to see the difference in their personalities and how much they'd come around. It was great.